Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Candlekeep Mysteries, our show here on Channel Rob Tui on Friday night, Dungeons and Dragons. I'm going to turn it right over to our Dungeon Master in the center, Mr. DM Havoc. What's up, Simbarchi?
Hi everyone. Hi Simbarchi. So, we're not sure about Fury yet, but we're gonna go right in with introductions. So we're gonna start with Mark. Ah, I got it.
Hi, this is Mark McClancy 10,006 playing Teak Tack, level 2 sorcerer who's a tiefling and a bit of a book nut.
And then we'll go with Gorvidal.
Yes, it's Gorvidal playing a level 2 roguish type person.
And then of course our host, Rob.
Yes, Rob Tui playing Warner Simplekeep. He is a human cleric, and he's also an archaeologist. I have maybe a cough. I'm going to try not to talk as much. I do have a programming note for everyone watching. Friday night show after this week will be on hiatus for anywhere from 1 to 5 weeks. We don't know, but our dungeon master's having a procedure. It's a procedure, and then he's going to be out for a couple weeks or whatever. So we will let you know by the Discord and by the scheduling in the Discord when the show will be back. Thank you.
So no Fury yet. She was playing Celine. Celine again? Warlock? Yeah, Warlock.
Yeah.
Do one of you want to run her for a little while if she shows up, or for the rest of the session?
I'll do it.
Okay. Release it.
I remember she's a tank up in front in the combat.
Right, she goes right up into the combat.
This is where her whole personality shifts. Oh, thank you very much, Delgor. It's like the fourth one. Hopefully they'll get it right this time.
Oh my god, Kitty, shut up.
Okay. So, if you guys remember, you were in the middle of pretty much an abandoned area of the Wide in Boulder's Gate. There's some abandoned market stalls, some people, and you are with the group from the Amber Dune bookshop, or book stall, because it wasn't really a shop. And while you were having a conversation with them and kind of interrogating them, some big guys showed up and started harassing one of them, talking about, you have slept with my so-and-so. And he's like, I didn't know she was married, and I'm sorry. So you're in the midst of that combat. One of them is chasing after Steel for some reason. And the other one's kind of in the middle of your group. The Amber Dunes have only asked, like, they'll help you or to help them each other, but did not call the guards. So we're gonna pick up from there, unless anybody got any questions or anything? No?
No questions.
Good. So Corvala, the woman who was speaking to you, who is obviously has shown as a person of authority amongst the Amber Dune, she is actually up next to go, and she is going to swing her scimitar at the gentleman in front of her.
A gentleman. It's a gentleman.
The brute that's trying to kill her. Well, not trying to kill her. They're trying to go after Rama. Rama's the one that's like, I'm sorry. So she's like a swing at him. And she's actually going to hit him and do a little bit of damage. And then she is going to circle around over here to give some clearance to the rest of you. Celine's turn would actually be now. So, Rob?
All right. So Celine, who is a warlock and has probably absolutely no fucking healing powers whatsoever.
Speaking of healing, before you do anything, if you're worried about Steel, he was just given a potion of healing.
Oh.
In the chat. I'm not going to say thank you because it was Mark.
Yes, it was. It was McClancy 10,006 CITC, and it was a potion of regular healing
Yes, regular
for
healing.
stealing. All right.
So still, you
So
are feeling a bit refreshed, but we'll wait till your turn.
Yep.
so Celine, yeah,
Yes.
Celine will. She's actually looking at the gentleman closer rather than the one next to Steele, which I believe she was looking at before. But in this case, she's going to switch her gaze to Berserker 2, and she's going to try a little something we all know as Eldritch Blast.
That is going to be a hit.
All right. She does 9 damage, and that is her turn.
Okay. Steel, you feel suddenly better, catch a second wind.
I'm gonna
But you
kind
are,
of lay.
you
I'm
are
gonna lay
still on
here
the
for a
ground.
second. Yeah, I'm gonna
Just
lay
gonna
here.
lay there. Okay.
Kind of dodge a little bit, lay here. Hopefully, this guy goes away.
All right. So you're gonna do me a favor and roll me. Go with deception, but I'll let you choose between deception or stealth.
We'll do stealth, and I'm assuming probably I'll throw it in the tower for you.
Okay. All right. So you're kind of laying on the ground. You're watching, like you peek at him. He's catching his breath and getting ready to head back into the group. He looks down at you one more time and then goes to take a step away from you. But it's not his turn yet. Rama is going to basically also swing a scimitar at Berserker number 2.
The gentleman.
The gentleman, yes. You actually will notice, Werner, since you're the closest, they're like using the pommels, or they're punching at him and hitting him with the blunt end of the sword. They're not trying to slash at him.
Okay, so they're not trying to kill him. They're just trying to beat him down.
Yeah, they're trying to like take him out of the fight without killing him.
Got it.
So that does hit him, does a little bit of damage. But he is still roaring, and the whole time they're like, I didn't know she was your sister. Stop, calm down. But
now it's his. It was his wife. Now it's his sister.
no, it was his sister. It was his sister.
Okay.
Sister, wife.
Wait, hold on. The guy here is the brother, but the husband is the one that's offended. We don't know where he is yet.
Oh, got it.
He hasn't shown up on the scene. Because I'm afraid somebody's going to buy another one. So I'm saving him. Remember, this is all from a random encounter. Teak.
All right. I'm going to bonus action Fount of Magic.
Okay.
That gets me back a spell slot.
Okay.
So we're killing these dudes or not killing these dudes?
Well, I think. I mean, I don't care if we kill him.
One of the Aberdoons will look over to you and say, no, killing them's too much of a mess. Just subdue,
all right.
knock out.
Subdue, knock out. Okay. Got it.
All right. So I don't think you can really take a spell and tell it not to kill somebody, right?
No.
No, I mean,
So certain spells.
Yeah,
like if you were doing something with like telekinesis, where you're gonna, or catapult, where you're gonna send like a rock at them, you can try to hit them in the gut and just take the wind out of them. So it depends on the spell. But like magic missile, no, it's gonna do full damage, and it's not that type of spell.
Okay. That's what I'm trying to figure out. All my stuff is lethal.
Yeah. The bane of all wizards, non-lethal combat.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's the point? Like, that's the problem.
I mean, The Amber Dunes are the ones that are saying not to kill. You don't have to listen to them.
All right. I'm going to do something.
Okay. Are you sure?
Apparently, no, I'm not sure. All right. I am going to ready the Ray of Frost if things get out of hand. And they try to get lethal with any of our folks. If they don't go lethal, I won't release it.
Okay. So you're going to hold a spell. If they continue to attack or do anything lethal, you're going to release your spell.
Correct.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. Warner, you'd be up next, sir.
All right. So,
That's your turn.
since Steele received some divine intervention from the chat, I think my best thing here is to cast Cure Wounds on myself, so I will do that.
Oh, full heal. Nice.
Nice.
This one here is the female, the one that was kind of like all she did was grunt at all of you. She is going to watch the one that's catching his breath, but she's going to come over here, and she is going to switch targets to this one and give him a nice punch in the gut.
Yes.
Oh. She should have had... I didn't turn it on. I downloaded it, and I didn't turn it on. Bad. My bad. But that's still a hit.
Bad.
My bad. All right. He's not looking too great, but he's still trucking along. This one here is also going to come in and give him a kick in the shin. We're going to use their regular attack. Targeting. Target. Please. Thank you. Oh, yeah. She doesn't... She's, like, kicking at him. He's fighting, moving around, so she does not land her kick. It is the one over by Steele's turn. Steele, with one last look back at you to make sure you're down, he starts to walk away.
Yep, I let him.
Okay. So if you let him walk away, he's going to come here. And he is going to take a swing at the female. Actually, no. The females are just supporting characters. He's going to come over here and swing at Warner.
What? Me?
With a great... Yes, with a great axe.
He's
All
swinging with an axe?
Swinging with an axe. So...
I believe that makes the condition of my...
It does
ready
make the
action.
condition, and he is swinging. So you said if they are attacking lethal, I will let you go just before he attacks. So go for it.
All right, well, one second.
It's number 1,
Hydrate.
in case you're wondering.
Yeah, I think I got the right one targeted.
Nope, you got the right one. Oh, you missed.
But I missed.
All right, Warner, hold your breath.
Okay. I'm holding it.
He misses you. You suck in your breath as he swings across your gut, and you kind of just jump back.
Hey, man. What are you doing?
If you are screaming that to him, he's like, that cur slept with my sister, and now she's going to have a baby. you hear Rama
No,
go,
I'm screaming
baby.
at. I'm saying, hey man, what are you doing to Tic Tac? Because he almost.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Rob, you were given a critical hit
Yes, I was.
Okay. So I will let you take care of that. Number 2, he has this one targeted, but he's going to switch to this one over here because she's actually hitting. Switch. There we go. Nice swing. Damn, I can't hit anything today. Carvala is going to continue to fight this one. She's like, damn it, human. Stop it. Oh my goodness. All kinds of misses. Celine, I need
Okay.
new colored dice.
Celine has to assume that it's getting close to don't use spell times to not kill people. So she is going to. What's the range on this thing?
What thing?
Her
Blast?
Oh, it's a flail. It's a melee weapon.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, I see. Melee. Yeah. She doesn't have any range stuff.
It's Eldritch Blast. She doesn't need it.
Well, but Eldritch Blast will kill them because it's a spell. Right?
Yes, definitely.
So she's going to throw a non-lethal dagger.
She does that thing where she flips it around the last second and throws it so it hits with the pommel.
Exactly. So I think -2 since she's going through somebody there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then here comes the dagger.
That is going to be a hit.
All right. So
you watch this dagger like whips through the air, tonk, bounces off his head, kind of looks up, and he's looking through the group at her, but he is still standing.
all right. Well, that was that.
Steel.
All right, I'm gonna stand up. Take prone off me, please.
I am. I'm gonna take it off before, but you didn't stand up.
Yeah, I know. I believe I'm still using my bow, so I'm gonna pock shot.
You missed.
Yeah, okay.
Uh,
Yeah, move over there.
okay. Can't really get there, so he's just gonna continue to attack from where he is. He's like, this is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. This holding back thing is terrible. Teak,
It's terrible.
they're not doing any damage.
We're still holding back.
Well, they seem to be.
I mean,
The brothers aren't. The brothers are attacking. They're trying to kill.
I'm only holding back because they said killing him's too much of a mess.
You also, Warner, you notice whenever one of the brothers scores a hit on one of these, there's no wound.
Sweet. No wonder they don't want to kill him because they can't be killed.
Or aren't they like were critters? Didn't we establish that already?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think towards the end that kind of came through that they're not normal.
They're not normal.
And definitely their weapons are not hurting.
Sorry, which they is not hurting.
The two brothers are not hurting any of the Amber Dooms. They're taking hits that would cleave a normal person in half and just kind of brushing them off. Their clothes are getting torn, but you don't see any blood, any wounds, any scar, nothing. It's almost as if they're not fighting. And one of them, her hands did turn into claws.
All right. Are you guys comfortable with taking this down, or do you need some lethal assistance?
I mean, do what you're gonna do, man. I'm not gonna be mad if you lethalize anybody. I'm gonna try to not do it, but only because the guys said that. And since they can't be wounded, I don't want to get on their bad side.
All right.
Well,
Well,
they
I'm
can't be
gonna
wounded with
just
weapons.
I'm just gonna talk. I'm just gonna talk.
Okay.
Dissonantly whispering talk.
There you go. So I have failed terribly. Which one was that? Number 1. Now, Dissonant Whispers. That's the one that does damage, and if they fail bad enough, don't they have to run away or something?
Yeah.
They have disadvantage. I always get those two confused.
No, they have to depart.
Okay. So go ahead and do the damage first, because he might not get a chance to depart. Okay.
Oi.
So he is going to clutch at his ears and like look around in fear. The axe will go falling to the side, and he will look up, kind of make eye contact with you. He says, "Devils!" And he starts backing away. When he starts backing away, the Amber Dunes do not take opportunity attacks on him. He will start going. He's like, "Come, brother."
He can't.
They have fiends with them.
He can't do that now. It's not his turn.
Right. Well, no, I think he has to move on his turn immediately as a reaction.
Well, but on his turn.
Read the spell.
The target must make a wisdom saving throw on a failed save. It takes psychic and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as the speed allows. Away.
Reaction.
And he has,
okay.
Right, and he hasn't used his reaction. So
and that is the wrong one, by the way. The one that took damage is not the one you moved.
Which one did you target again? Oh, 1. I'm sorry, it's this one. Sorry, my bad. So he is going to start backing up, but he's calling to his brother to move. His brother, no, has to wait till his turn.
Now,
but
I will take my crit op attack on the one that just ran away.
Okay.
And when I DM that crits kill even if you're trying to subdue. Do you DM that way?
No. It's basically you struck him in such a way that you just knock him out cold.
Okay, cool. So then I'll do that. I'll do crit on my mace attack.
He's still standing.
Oh my god, he took 8 and... Okay, well, then he gets to run away.
Yes. So you hit him, and hold on, because I put him back so you can hit him, and I have to do the thing again. All right, so he will go to there. So as he's like backing away and calling for his brother, you give him a nice dunk on the side of the head. He takes it. He doesn't have his weapon anymore, and he is trying to leave.
Thank you, Zayshawn, for the crit, by the way.
Oh, there's Fury. Wait, what are you doing there? You're supposed to be here. Oh, she said something in the chat too. Okay, never mind. Feel better. I take it back.
Oh, she's not feeling well. Okay, so by the way, Fury, sorry that you're sick, but your character has a whole new personality now. Your Celine is now a tank.
Yes.
She rushes into the battle.
All right. So, T, that was your action. Werner, you took your reaction, but it is your turn. So, go ahead.
Okay, so Warner will just do a mace attack.
That is a hit.
Non-lethal, of course. Well, that's 1 damage is probably very, very non-lethal. Fury said, "Give me a minute. Give me a minute to crawl to my computer."
Oh, cool.
Because she doesn't want me to play her character. By the way, Fury, I'm sick too, but I'm no pussy. I'm just kidding. I'm actually not sick. I just have a dry cough.
I need to make a wisdom check. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. So this one here is going to take a step over here and just kind of put his arms out to the side. Still in a defensive posture, but not attacking. This one here is also going to do something similar. Number one, who is bleeding from his head from that non-lethal mace attack to the side of the noggin, is waiting for his brother, but he's already like half turned to run away. And then the brother is going to disengage and start backing away, like watching all of you and slowly moving from the group.
That's right, bitch. You better back away.
He has the bravado. He said, "We'll be back."
Yeah.
And as long as nobody chases after them or does anything, they will meet back up with each other and then proceed to disappear into the crowd.
Okay. Yeah, Zayson, I was hoping for the KO as well. But
you missed it by 1 point, Rob.
did I? Damn it.
Now, they honestly haven't realized that Steel is up there and they're heading right towards you, Steel.
Yeah.
Because they're backing up towards you. So when they go to run, they're like facing you. What are you going to do?
I'll drop my bow and pull both daggers. And
Okay.
just stand there.
You can only pull one, by the way.
Yes, he is correct. Unless you have that dual wheel thing.
No. And I just saw your cat climb up on something behind you, Rob.
Yeah, the cat's on the tower. There's a tower there.
Okay. So this one got to as far as he can go. They're getting ready to turn. Steel, it is your turn. We're gonna, unless Celine is gonna do anything crazy.
She wouldn't. No.
I didn't think she would. So Steel, it's kind of on you. They're turning, getting ready to walk towards you.
Yep.
Oh,
She's
Fury,
in
actually,
the chat.
Fury says Eldritch Blast. I don't think she. Maybe she
You know,
does understand that we had already had the discussion that if Eldritch Blast hits, it's going to kill him, and we were trying not to kill him. Maybe she does understand. I'm going to rule that if she was here, she could do that, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. You have to be on the table to run your character. We should do all kinds of weird things with her character. I'm going to give away all my money.
I'm just going to drop it on the ground for her.
I feel
Homeless.
charitable. You, urchin, here, have a pouch of gold. All right, so I'm sorry, Steel.
Yeah.
They turn and square off with you, but they're not advancing because it's not their turn.
Yep. Like I said, I'll drop the bow, pull a dagger, and just kind of stand there and wait.
All right. So, none of the Amber Dunes are going to do anything. Teak, are you going to do anything? None of the Amber Dunes are going to do anything. Teak,
No.
I hear myself back through her stream.
I hate y'all so much.
We love you.
she's-
Happy birthday.
She's coming. She doesn't want me to fuck her character.
We missed you.
I hate y'all so much.
So is it sick or is it hangover sick?
No, it's sick.
Well, Fury, don't play if you're sick. Come on.
No, it's fine. I'm sitting here. I'm here.
I'm going to release your character. Hold on. Delete.
He
No, I'm
loves
kidding.
us.
So
Okay,
much,
I released-
especially because Havoc's going to die next week temporarily and then be resurrected.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to be like Jesus. I'm going to start a religion.
Did
Just make sure
Jesus
you wear
start
some
a
cool
religion?
clothes, because that shroud was kind of weak.
Right?
Just wear underwear. That's all you need.
Just wear underwear. Really, when you go to the hospital, that is all you need, actually. And sometimes
Actually,
not
they don't
that.
even want you to have that.
Yeah, but when you come out of recovery, they somehow. Well,
No.
when I
So
came
because
out of
we're-
recovery from my liver transplant, I went in with just the the robe, the thing that opens in the back. And when I came out, I had the robe on, and under it was underwear and a t-shirt. And I was like, I would like to know who dressed me. I would like to know this information. And one of the nurses was like, I did it. And I was like, all right.
Okay.
Havoc, did you release my character?
No, Rob said he did it. Why
I
am
did, but the
thinking Rob
DM,
did-
yeah, even though
I
the
have to do it
player,
again.
yeah,
Sorry.
the DM has to do it.
There you go. Rob has all these cool extensions. I thought he had one.
There's no extension for that.
I know. I'm just being a goof. Okay.
But lest anyone in the audience listening believe you, I have to clarify that.
Yeah, no. There's nothing. Don't listen to me. I goof around. All right. So Teak, I'm guessing you're not doing anything. Werner's not doing anything. It would be the Berserker's turn.
That's
The two
correct.
brothers, they are going to kind of like advance towards you, but backing against the stalls to go around you on either side.
Okay, I'll let them. As long as they don't make a move to attack me, I'll let them go by.
Well, one of them doesn't even have his weapon. It's on the ground next to Werner. All right, so they'll make it by you and start running away as an Eldritch Blast goes flying by from Celine. Don't come back!
Don't come back, y'all.
Get off my lawn!
All right, so they'll run off into the crowd. They will say something. You hear as they're walking by you still, it's like, we need to get the others.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, they'll be back.
Wasn't this a random encounter? Random
Yes.
monster
Yes.
redeem? Okay.
Totally.
But you know I don't do anything half-assed, so now you have like brothers that are out to get your
Last.
group. So
We've
you
made
who saw
enemies.
the remember the Three Musketeers with Charlie Sheen?
Nope.
The guy D'Artagnan. That's your nemesis.
I did see that, but I don't remember that specifically.
It's the guy he's dueling right in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, but
And
I saw
then-
that movie when it came out like 30 years ago or something.
I'll never forget that character. He was hilarious. But yes, that is going to be a recurring character. Every time you guys have a random encounter in the chat, that group is showing up.
Oh, great.
At least until we kill them.
At least until you kill them, yes. It's like, you know what? Laws be damned. All right. Okay, so now all of you are standing there. Steel, you're a little bit away from the group. And as you're approaching, you start to hear whistles. Your fight did not go unnoticed by the civilians. You watch as all the Amber Dunes kind of look up and they go, we must leave. And they start to like walk away from all of you. Corvala will turn towards all of you and she says, 26 Narrow Lane, the district. And then she starts to turn. Unless you guys stop them, they are going to run off.
I think she gave us what we needed.
Yeah.
Yep, address.
So we should flee the area in a way that is in the direction of not the whistles.
In a way that's in the direction of not the whistles. Got it.
Yes. In other words, we don't want to get caught.
So I'm going to let you guys do some basically evasion checks. We're going to do some intelligence, investigation, and some stealth. The investigation is so you can see, notice, hear which way the guards are coming from. Stealth is to avoid the sight of the guards. I don't.
Are we
any
picking
of you-
one each, or are we doing all of them?
One of you could do it. That person is basically leading the group through the crowd.
Okay, what did you
Right.
say? Investigation.
My
shouldn't be-
likes are Arcana, History, and Insight.
my and walks on the beach. My
My
likes are
dislikes are Stealth, Sleight of Hand. Acrobatics.
my likes are medicine and survival.
I think it's probably going to be steel.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be, unless Celine decides that she wants to do it.
Does anybody have guidance? Nobody.
Wouldn't that be you?
Who, me? I have.
Well, you're the clerical person.
I'm cleric.
Yeah.
I don't have. Clerics don't even have cantrips, do they? I mean, I do have one, but that's because of a special thing.
No, clerics have cantrips.
I
They
would
have
just get
things like
guidance.
guidance.
Well, I have my
You have
cantrip.
spare the dying.
I have
Spare the dying.
Yes, spare the dying. Figuring
But
that.
that's a given. That's because of your class. Your whatever.
Wait, do I get to
It
pick
helps you
more
avoid tie
cantrips?
dye.
Yeah, you
Yes,
can
you pick
have
two
like,
more.
yeah. I mean, you didn't
Why
pick your
didn't I do that?
cantrips? I don't know.
Well, let's just say I'm going to take guidance.
Good. Let's say that.
What skill check are you wanting again? Sorry.
Investigation and stealth.
No. I mean, I could, but it wouldn't be helpful.
Yeah, Steel that got him.
All right, Steel. Investigation
Tower.
and stealth.
Tower
In the
and
tower,
two.
please. Yes.
I'll give him guidance. You get an extra D4 on those. I just need to actually go
Okay.
open the modules and get those for myself.
All right. Next one.
All right.
Okay, so you guys are all following Steel, walking through the alleys, kind of hiding. And there is one point where he's walking ahead of you. He stops, jumps back, and pushes all of you into a stall as a group of guards run by. And then quickly you exit behind them and make your way back into the crowded part of the wide. Some people are watching you as you walk by, but most people don't give you a second look. You think it's more that Steel is a wooden man, and that's what they're looking at or noticing, but they don't really call attention to you. So you're free to mingle back into the populace.
Sweet.
Sweet.
I suppose we better make our way towards the address that they gave us.
Oh, I know 3 cantrips. Holy God.
Yes.
So, Toll the Dead,
See, that's the right way for a cleric to say that too.
guidance.
5 sessions in, and Rob is just realizing his character.
Yeah.
You know, Rob, there's a show on Sunday night.
Yeah, well, that's got the show on Sunday night has nothing to do with knowing how to play D&D, which I don't know after 42 years. Thank you, 1981. That's right.
And he'll forget by the time we play again.
That's right. I'm
Yes.
gonna say light might be good because only one of us has dark vision, so I'm gonna take light.
In my head canon, you guys are walking through the streets now, and Warner's like, "Hey guys, look what I just remembered I could do!" Like,
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's happening.
I agree.
I helped us. Hey, I helped us get in the shadows or whatever the hell we just did.
you did. You did
All right.
definitely.
So now I have Toll the Dead, Spare the Dying. Well, Spare the Dying is a thing. Light and guidance. Thank you.
Looky there.
You know what? I was just thinking we could have killed the bandits and you could have done Spare the Dying on them.
I mean, the brothers, the band of brothers.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. If I would have known. Oh, no, I did know that I had Spare the Dying. I just never thought of that.
And you can do
I'm not
that
an
right.
idea man, really, you guys.
I'm just a book cleric. What do you want from me?
I'm just
I don't role play. I'm not the
Yeah.
idea man.
All right, so we evaded capture,
It appears so.
thanks solely to me. And
Nice.
then what?
We're off to the address.
Yeah, Steele said we should
20
start looking for
26.
the address.
26 Cloverfield Lane is what she told us.
No. If
It
that's
was
the
close.
address
It
you're
was
looking for, you're lost.
It's something like that. 26. I only remember numbers. I can't remember words.
Well, you got the number part right.
Oh, you give me a number, I got that shit down. I know numbers. I just can't do
125th
letters.
Street.
125th Street? Yeah.
I was there today.
Really? In Manhattan?
Yeah, I took the M60 to LaGuardia.
What's the
Oh.
what's there? Ray's Pizza? Ray's original?
125th Street? Spanish Harlem. Harlem. It's the middle of Harlem.
Give me a
So,
minute to crawl.
The biggest thing, the Apollo Theater. It's probably
Oh yeah. I never played there.
Not surprised.
I never did comedy in New York ever.
I was more east side. But anyway,
All right, so
All right.
are we off
Yeah,
this
you guys
map
are walking
now?
through
Or
the city. Yeah, you guys will be off this map. So you guys
Okay.
are back on the city map, kind of moving around. None of you are from Boulder's Gate, so I'm going to need a couple of investigation checks because you're looking for this address. A few people don't know it.
Investigation. Okay, I'll cast guidance on somebody. This time I can actually cast it.
Yes. Also, I'm going to ask. So, do any of you remember the name of the address? The person who remembers, I will give inspiration to.
Well, I know it was 26 something.
So you want half the
I thought it was
inspiration?
Lookout Lane, but
I know it was, 26.
Yeah, 6. And I think it starts with an L. I can't remember either.
Anybody in the chat? You want to give these guys a hand?
26 Lovers Lane.
All right. So, McClancy, you rolled a D4 in your investigation. You know that.
yeah,
You just
I
rolled.
did the
You just rolled a D.
investigation,
Yeah,
and then I
you just
did the
rolled a
guidance.
D4. Sorry. Okay. So you are asking a few people. You ask around, and they're like, "I don't know what you're looking." You mean narrow lane?
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds good. Where's Narrow Lane?
Oh, okay. So head over to the Black Gate. You're gonna have to go outside the city. Narrow lane is in. It's kind of slums. He looks you up and down. He says, "You might fit in, but I'm not sure about them." He points over at Warner and Celine.
A little too
Like-
fancy.
Because we're human?
Well, you're clean.
Oh. I can dirty up some stuff.
Shove them in a mud pile.
He says, "But I mean, to each his own. If you insist on slumming it up, I don't know any good places for you, but I can tell you it is." And he give you some directions. Basically, head out the gate, go to the right, and it's along the northern.
Okay.
We shall proceed.
It's out of the main city.
It is outside the city, yes. So when you get Boulder's Gate has an area that's attached to the main walls of the city. It's called the Black Gate District. That's where they're sending you. When you arrived, you came from a different direction, so you didn't walk through it.
Okay. Well, what time of day is it?
So I don't remember.
Afternoon.
Well,
I know
how
that
about
much.
I suggest we go to our inn, we do a long rest, and then we tackle it in the morning.
Yeah, as long as we're not under any time pressure to get to that address, which I don't know that we are.
And I can't think of any time constraints. We were given by Candlekeep, or it's 26 Narrow Lane only for 10 minutes.
Then I say we take a rest at the inn.
Okay.
Level up.
No. So you all will head back to the inn where you have secured rooms. I believe you guys were you at the Blushing Mermaid?
The blushing
Where did
mermaid.
Where did you guys go to get an inn room? Or did
Something
you?
with an S and S.
Splurging Sturgeon?
That's
Something
it. Okay.
sturgeon.
Sturgeon.
Yeah, that was it. Okay, thank you. So you guys will head back over there. Your rooms are available for you at any time of the day, within the restraints of how much time you purchased them. So yes, you can go to your rooms, take a little rest, and then head back in the morning.
Okay.
So, does anybody want to do anything before I give you the rest?
I don't think I need to.
Nothing here.
Okay. Everybody feels wonderful. Oh, it's giving out experience still. I forgot to turn it off, Rob. Don't yell at me.
Oh my god, level up! We do have enough XP for level 3, by the way. Just so you know.
I know. It's honestly
I
they
know
are
it's
designed
milestone.
that way too.
Boo! I don't like milestone.
I know. I prefer the other way myself, but for this, kind of throws
it's
things
milestone.
off. All right.
Okay, so now we shall head to 26. After breakfast and everything. We'll head to 26. Narrow lane.
Okay.
And
so
on the way, I'll pick up some sand and dirt and rub it on me or something. So I look dirty.
So you're gonna kind of dirty yourselves up a little bit.
I'm gonna disguise myself as a person who belongs. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? I'm gonna go with no.
Still a lot of tieflings around.
There are, and there are several outside the city. So that's you do see them wandering about. They probably inside the city. Human is more common. There are other races. You do see them, but outside the city, it is more. They're more tieflings, or tieflings, however you want to say it.
Okay. So I won't try to look like the richest one.
Get it.
I have common clothes, a letter from a dead colleague.
I thought you were going to say, I don't know why. I thought you were going to say a Letterman's jacket.
Members only.
I have a common clothes and a Letterman's jacket.
What were we going to say, Celine?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought I heard you pipe in. All right. So you guys will head out through the gate. Unlike when you enter the gates, most people don't care when you're leaving. They take note of you, but they just kind of, that's about it. Look over you, whatever, and continue letting people in, checking people in. For coming back in, they ask questions. Why are you here? What do you want? Who's your name? Who are you looking for? Blah, blah, blah. As you all start walking around, again, out here, it's more ramshackle, lean-tos and tents, some wooden structures for a little bit more permanency, but it is almost like a refugee camp. As you wander about, you realize you are in a maze of small structures. There is no rhyme or reason to their placement. They're not in like ideal little lanes or blocks, and you're trying to find your way through. Teak, since you were the one that got the directions, please roll me survival.
I will give him guidance. Wait a minute. Let me actually get this.
So if you put guidance on me, then when I roll, it'll add it, right?
Right.
Beautiful. Nice. Okay. So you look around a little bit, you start, and you notice that there is makeshift signs, almost like the sign in front of the swamp in MASH. Is these makeshift signs that are just stuck in the ground, handwriting on them, giving different directions.
They're written. What language are they written in?
They're written in different languages, but Common and Infernal are on there. So you are. Ash, look it up. So you are able to make sense of this, makeshift grid, and you eventually find your way to Narrow Lane.
Sweet.
On Narrow Lane, there is a permanent structure. It is a single floor wooden dwelling with a pitched roof. You can see smoke coming out of the chimney. The shutters are all closed shut, and there is a path up to the door.
And the door above the door says 2-6.
Yes, scrawled on the door
Yeah,
is
it's
the number
26.
26.
All right. Cool. This is it, everybody.
Written in blood.
Written in blood. No.
So we go right up to it then, I guess. And are we knocking or are we walking in like we're supposed to be? I forget what this place is. Why we were sent here.
We were asking lots of questions at the bookshop, and Amber Dune gave us an address.
Yeah, because she kind of just shouted it out at us. So we'll knock then. We'll knock on the door. 26 Narrow Lane.
All right. So you walk up to the door, and you give it a knock. Who's in front?
Celine?
Who's standing there knocking?
Highest-
Celine. Okay, Celine is in front.
I was gonna say it is actually Celine. Highest charisma is what I was gonna say.
All right, Celine, they're putting you on the spot. So you're standing, they kind of push you to the front and knock, and then step back.
We're elbowing her. That's the old
She does not appear amused.
knock and push your friend to the front gag. That's what we did, yeah.
I'm also going to cast Eldritch Sight on myself.
What does that do? Remind me.
It's basically detect magic at will.
Okay. All right. So you knock on the door, and there is some shuffling. You hear some shuffling from the door outside. I mean, from the door on your side. And then you watch as a little section of the door kind of slides over. And it's now, all of them were a little bit shorter than normal humans, but not ridiculously short. Maybe like 5'6", 5'7". So
wait a minute. Let's just stop right
several
there.
of you.
Let's just stop for a second.
What?
So you said short for human, but not ridiculously short. I'm 5'5", fucker. Am I ridiculously short? Like, what are you saying?
Yes.
Let's just calm down.
I meant for like a human 5 foot, 5'1". You're
Okay.
almost there.
Yeah, all right.
Easy there, Napoleon.
But if you ask all, like most players, how tall is your character? Oh, I'm 6 foot. Like, go around the table. How tall are each of you?
5'5".
I'm talking about the three of them.
5'10".
Yeah, I didn't figure it out.
5'10".
My character
6'5".
also weighs 180 pounds, which
Yeah.
I, Rob Tui, do not weigh 180 pounds.
Yeah. Steel is 6'6". So for your group, the majority of your group is tall on the taller side. But anyway, for Celine, though, it's pretty much eye level. So it opens up and like, who are you? Can I help you? And you see as this young gentleman kind of pushes up some spectacles on his nose, and he's looking through the door, through the little latch, through the spectacles at Celine. He's like, "Can we help you?"
You mean there's more than one of you here?
Well, yes, this is our home.
I don't know how many people live here, so I was just assuming you were by yourself.
Oh, no, me and my family. Is there something I could do for you, my lady?
So is this like a middle-aged man, older man, younger man?
He's middle-aged. Like,
So when he says family, I'm just going to assume he means wife and children. The 2.5 children thing. Okay.
Damn it. Is it up to 2.5 now? Shit.
I thought it was 2.1.
I thought it was 2.4.
It's 2.5.
Oh my god. They're taking over children.
Well, I've done my contribution, so I'm done.
Yeah, you're guilty as charged.
I'm sorry.
This
Go
is
ahead, Celine.
10 children.
I do have 10. Wait, I keep hearing myself back through somebody. Who is that?
Somebody who doesn't have push to talk? I don't know.
Not
I
me.
don't hear it.
I'm guessing it's furied.
Probably.
Okay. So he is kind of, and he like at this point he will catch sight of the rest of you, and he has his face in the thing, so he's just like this, kind of looking back and forth. He's, hey, I don't, I'm sorry. What is this all about?
We're here on behalf of Candlekeep Libraries, investigating some books that we have tried to. Oh, what's to say? How do I say this?
Had
Tried to
unusual
determine
properties.
province.
And Amber Dune sent us to you.
What he said.
Amberdoom. Um,
Corvala.
Oh, and the latch closes.
Oh, thank God.
You hear some footsteps quickly retreating from the door.
Well, that didn't go well. In
let's open the
1960,
door.
in 1960, the average children per family was 2.33. The 2022 census has it at 1.94, so it is dropping. Thank God.
Yeah, I was closer than you guys. So immediately Tika's like, I guess we got to blow the door off the hinges.
I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow this damn house down.
As you all are standing there, like, you hear footsteps coming towards the door louder. And
All right, let's get
you
ready
hear,
for a rumble.
Oh, this is the wife.
and the door swings
Under
open.
the shotgun.
That's what I thought it was, a
Lock.
shotgun.
It was the locks.
Oh,
Clicking sounds. So the door swings open, and you see a slender, spectacle individual. He kind of looks like the gentleman who was reading the poetry when you first met them, but a meeker, smaller version. He says, please, come in, mind the rug.
all right. I'm going to
All
come
right.
in and mind the rug.
You go in.
And I'll say, Harvola gave us your address. What's that woman's name? I forgot her name already.
Corvette.
Amber
Close enough.
Dune?
Carvola.
Carvola. Ooh, I was so close. Carvola gave us your address yesterday. Carvala gave
You
us
say it with the O's.
Carvala gave us your address yesterday, so we came right over this morning.
Yes, she's here waiting for you.
Excellent.
This is her home. Well, it's our home. It's our clan's home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put you guys on the map, but since you're there as like friends, kind of, they're not gonna kill you yet,
Yet.
I mean, we're not going to
Hell.
kill them yet.
or
Yeah,
you're not
that's
gonna
right.
kill them yet. So he will let you in. Can you all see it? No, because only one of you clicked on it. I will share. Sharing. Okay. So you're standing in a room. He's standing. Oh, I didn't put them all. I'm putting them on. But you see a room. There's two doors. You can hear chatter from the room to the east. There is a door partially ajar, and beyond it, you can see. It looks like a stove.
Which door did we come in? Where's the?
The one to the south. So
Okay.
Celine is actually standing on the
Got
door.
it. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
He says, please come with me this way, and he'll walk through this door over here.
All right, we'll go walk over there.
Wait, hold on. Because now all of you put your tokens on the thing. Stopping. I went to go open the door, and all of you put your tokens on it. I'm going to unlock them so you could just move. There you go. All right. So in the next room, you walk in. In this room, you do see there's a young lady. She is laying on one of the beds when you come in, and she kind of sits up when you all walk in. And the younger man with the spectacles pushes his spectacles up and says, "No, no, she invited them." And you see her kind of visibly relax, but doesn't stop watching you as you walk by. The room is filled with beds, and it looks more like a corridor that just has a lot of sleeping beds in it.
So we don't see them, right? I mean, on the map and
No,
stuff.
no, they're not. They're not on the map yet. They will lead you to this door over here. Open up the door.
Damn it.
Okay, that's open. You walk in, sitting at the desk. Very proudly, you will see Carvala. She will stand up and she's like, "Please come in." Now, again, this is one of their map scales that is way tight, so it's going to be a tight fit for all of you to walk.
They should have made it so that each of the squares is actually 4 squares. That's what they should have done.
They should have done, yeah. But it's
You could fix that.
I could have, but if you guys were going to do combat in it, because there's a couple of ways you could do this. If it was going to erupt into combat right away, I was going to do it as 4 squares, but it looks like you took the peaceful route.
Damn it.
That's not a bad thing.
Give us a minute.
Hold on.
Depends on what he says.
She,
Carvala
is a woman.
Crazy Joe Davola, whatever she says.
So she will bid you all to come in, and she will sit back down. She says, "I'm sorry, the streets got a little bit hectic yesterday, and it would be better for my clan and for us to not be there. I thank you for your assistance. How can I help you?"
Well, I mean, we seek the Grail. There's no quest in the quest thing. How can she help us, everybody?
What do you know about some books that we have procured from you, or I'm sorry, that we have procured from other customers who have said or claimed to have procured from you that have transformed into monsters?
That was a lot.
I just heard the word
That's why we're
procured.
here.
Or less precisely, the old and rare books had strings attached.
No. So, my clan did not expect any of our books to arrive at the keep. That was not in our plan.
Where were they supposed to go?
Anywhere, really. We just sell them. We are trying to raise money. See, our original clan leader has perished, and we need funds to resurrect her. We were selling her books, but some of her more prized books we couldn't bear to give up, so we made copies. No one was ever supposed to be hurt, and we sure were not expecting to swindle the keep.
Were these books just ink on parchment, or were there enchantments attached to them?
A ritual. So, did all of you squeeze into the room?
I mean, I think there's 3 of us in here. The Warforged is outside.
Celine is still on top of the Warforged, as far as I can tell. That's why I was wondering if you all squeezed into the room.
Yeah, I guess we're all there.
Okay. You can't stand on her desk, Steele. Over here. Okay. So, Celine, if you're the one by the door and you haven't closed it, you do see that there are 3 individuals in the hallway now at the other door, kind of watching you. You recognize one of them as the female, the middle-aged woman who grunted a lot, and she is talking to the one with the spectacles, and the one that was laying on the bed. who
Wait,
is
the one
now-
that was just not talking, the one that was kind of like making grunting noises?
Yeah, yes, the one that went, mm. Yeah, that one. So the three of them, the young one with the spectacles, the one who was laying on the bed, and the one who was grunting, are all standing at the other end of the hallway. You kind of see them out the corner of your eye through the door. And they're watching you.
Watching me, watching you, watching them. Yeah, okay.
Watching
Knowing
the
me is
detective.
knowing you. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. So her last answer was a ritual.
What type of ritual and what was the objective?
The ritual created a life form. The life form was able to take the shape, mimic the book.
You turn the book into a mimic?
Not a mimic, another type of life form that can replicate items of mundane nature. Our former leader, our past leader, called them Gigwatt Sims.
I'm sorry, come again? What?
Gigwatt Sims.
Could you elaborate on what that is?
It is a creature that through ritual, we can bring into being. They have the ability to take on the shape of any inanimate object they choose or that you assign during the ritual. They can also take on aspects of a tiny creature like a rodent or a bat. They were commanded to maintain the form of the book. And they are exact replicas. It is near impossible to distinguish them. There are several in this room right now. But they must feed. They weren't supposed to feed on anyone in the library.
Yeah, well, that's what happened.
I do apologize. We are just trying to raise enough money for resurrection. We miss our leader and we would like her back.
What's the going rate for that here? How much you trying to raise?
Hold on, I did forget how much they were trying to raise. They are trying to raise the money for the diamond, which is worth 1,000 gold. But they are also using the funds to support their clan, so they are fairly short.
They have 9 gold.
They have 9 gold.
Why can't they have one of these creatures turn into a diamond worth 1,000 gold? And then sacrifice that creature?
Because, well, we thought about it, but because it is not an actual diamond and the diamond would need to be turned into dust during the casting of the spell, the Zwing don't like that. And since you mentioned it, Teak, she says, "Would you be willing to help us?"
Oh, when I thought you needed 5 gold, yeah. I mean, we're broke ass scholars ourselves. So unless you had some master plan of something you needed to accomplish, other than selling enchanted books.
we were just selling books, but that's all we have. Our leader, she, that was her joy, that was her passion. And it is hard for us to part with them, but it is our only income. Alas, I am sorry for any disruption this may have caused. Usually they are very they remain in the forms, but sometimes they get willful. The ritual is not perfect, and I only learned it from a book, oddly enough.
Funny thing about books like that is we're big fans of book learning.
We like book learning.
So, where does this leave us?
Well, we have an explanation. We need to. Is there a way to determine if books have the ritual cast on them easily? In case other books like it made it to Candlekeep?
I can teach you an incantation that will force them out of their form. It's not powerful. It's almost as if I tickled you.
Okay, so for the Candlekeeper, we know what happened. We have a way to detect. We found the cellar. We were told to investigate. We're not trying to mete out high justice or anything necessarily.
This is true. How many, question, well, we only know of 3 that went to Candlekeep, right?
Yeah, well, we know 3 were found, or 3 were utilized and had the problem. How many books total did you enchant in the ritual?
6.
6. And have all those books been sold?
Yes.
So there could be up to 3 more books at Candlekeep or 3 books somewhere else. And we now know the incantation to detect them, yes?
Yes. Well, I can teach it to you.
Okay.
I'm assuming one of you is a caster.
You could say that, yes.
I can teach it to you. It is a minor illusion that will force them out of their form. Again, it would be much like if I were to poke at you, but magically.
Okay. All right. So do my fellow investigators feel that we've completed our investigation?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. We can go back to Candlekeep once one of you 3 learn the incantation, and then we'll find out if there's others in there at the keep.
Okay. All right. So that's that. So now the question is that where we end it, or do we try to help these people raise their 1,000 gold for their diamond they need to powder up?
No.
Or help them acquire a diamond?
I was just going to say we could get some goodwill, but I heard a resounding no before I could get that out.
Their book attacked me, so no.
I'm not going to help these fucking people.
We
The book
didn't
attacked
mean
you?
We didn't mean for it to attack you. Their orders are to remain in book form. I
We
do
help.
apologize.
We do help them, though. We'd have this clan would have us owing us a favor or two.
Why?
Could be.
We never leave Candlekeep.
Why?
Well, are we
She
in
looks at-
Candlekeep now?
She looks at you and then points to Teak when he says that.
We never leave Candlekeep except for when we're not there.
Except for when we do. Well, what would be involved in helping them to get their 1,000 gold?
You guys would. That's a good question. I will leave that to your creativeness. Whatever you guys tell me, we'll see if it can work.
Look, they'll eventually get there with their selling of books, of legitimate books.
It's not going to be us helping by contributing money we have, I'll tell you that. I got like
Yeah,
7.
we're kind of broke
I have
ass
7 gold,
travelers.
yeah.
Feeling flush, I have 9.
Alexa,
Or no, 12,
shut
sorry.
up. So, as a poor person, I would be like, good luck. I don't know. If I knew how to get 1,000 gold, I'd have it. Continue to sell your books. Stop
I
selling
understand.
fucked up ones.
So I will give you 7 gold to teach me the incantation.
He's giving him all his money.
Well, I still
You-
have some traveling money that way.
Oh,
She will thank you, and she is basically going to teach you a modified version of Mage Hand that will, if cast at anything that you think is a king's, I can't say the name, but the Zams.
Okay.
If you cast that at them, it will pop them out of whatever hidden form they're in.
Okay. Do you happen to
You
remember the titles of the books that you enchanted?
I do. I can give you that.
Oh, that would be great. We'd love a list of those.
So the 6 books that she did were Mazros' Mighty Digressions, which you have, Fallen Theamir, The Dark Hunger, Castannamir's Guide to Gig Watzims.
Yeah, I read that.
Yes, it describes them, but it doesn't really go into detail on how to create them. Wanderings of a Humble Asimir, and Daughters of Grezet.
That's a porn rag.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to need to write those down.
And they are about halfway to their goal. They need another 500.
Oh, they already have 500. I didn't know.
So as members of the Keep, you do know that they have quite the assortment of books, and the Keep is not above buying books because they are always looking to expand the library. They may
But perhaps
be
we
willing.
could sell some of your books to the Keep.
We never thought they would want them.
If they don't have it, they want it.
Yeah, they're a bunch of collectors. They want all these books.
And they are yours. If we can we keep these? And she will mention the 6 already. They were her favorites.
She's going to give us the books?
Well, no, she's selling us the books.
They're so,
Well, she's selling Candlekeep the books.
Yeah,
Right.
so
It's
You
up
guys
to you
gotta
which ones you want to sell.
we have
you
to...
guys are going to broker that deal.
Yes, we'll have to...
Hold on. Do we have authorization to broker this deal?
Mm,
If we give it to ourselves, yes.
We can always
I mean,
make more.
It was
We're
an
supposed
Then you can talk
administrative
to Empress
expense.
about it.
Wait, I didn't hear what Fury said. Say that again, Fury?
Then he can explain that to Empress.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we know they're like book junkies. They'll buy books.
And
So
between the
we
four of you, go ahead,
go
Rob.
ahead.
I'll let you can go first.
I was just gonna say, are we gonna take these books back and then tell them we'll have the money sent to you, or how, is that what we're gonna do?
So that's a question for the group, or if you're asking her whether she trusts you to take the books, since you didn't come in here and murder our clan, we will trust you.
I
Um,
think it would be best that you send some people with maybe a cart or whatever of the books, that so we don't have to carry them, and then they can take the money and come back. We do not have to do a second trip back to Boulder's Gate.
Yeah, have your people go. We'll make sure that your books are purchased when they get there.
sounds like we have a deal. I will make the arrangements. Will you be
And only
traveling with
for a
us?
25% commission. No, I'm only kidding.
Yes, we will be traveling with you.
Okay. So then you will all then she invites you to stay here, but the accommodations are cramped.
We have rooms elsewhere.
Understand. You do see that this very stern, serious woman now has a smile on her face. There is definitely joy there. As she runs off into the hall and says, "Gather the others. We are going to the keep." And they're like, "Why?"
Yeah,
One
why?
buyer, all the collection. Really? And they start going about and like running about the house. You notice like even the rug is clapping.
The rug's a mimic.
No. But one of the chests downstairs is. So be mindful.
They have a mimic in their
Put
house,
my
or just
put my hands in my pocket.
Don't touch anything.
yeah, don't
No,
touch anything.
the rug is not a mimic. All right, so they will go around gathering up stuff, getting things together, and getting ready for the trip. They will borrow a wagon from someone. They will offer you food to like lunch or anything they can do for you. They are all ecstatic.
Awesome.
And there is a huge collection of books. They fill up like the entire wagon with books. Whatever person was putting this collection together. I mean, it's not Candlekeep collection, but it is a collection of books. Um, she will come up to you, Teak, and she is holding 6 books in her hand, and she says these were her favorites, but if they will help bring her back, I think she would understand. Plus, I believe 3 of them are already due you, and she will hand you the 6 rare ones, or that she
Alright.
had mentioned. So
Sweet.
she replaces 3 of them, and then she gives you 3 others. So you now own the originals. She says, "I wish there was something I can do to end the spells, but I do hope they do not darken your door."
Well, the good thing is we've got a bunch of book scholar wizard type people, and they can figure it out.
Very well. We should be ready in morning.
Okay, we'll tell them. Meet us outside the gate at this location, and we'll start traveling. And that way we can go back to the inn and sleep for the night.
Okay, so you guys go back to the inn, take a night. It's nothing really going on. You feel that you have succeeded in your mission. Um, and then you will next morning go and meet them. The entire clan is there. There are 7 of them. I believe it was 7. I'll tell you right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 of them. So 7 of them are waiting around the wagon. You recognize almost all of them now. You've met them. And they're all appear to be in good spirits. Even the one who was grunting at you is not scowling so much.
he's eased off a little bit. Okay. Nice.
They
She's
will.
got half a scowl.
Yeah, she got half a scowl now. So you all will gather up. All of them pretty much are sitting on top of the books in the wagon, which is probably driving Celine crazy because they are sitting on the books. Like, get off! Who are you shooting?
No, that was something for me for personal use.
Oh, okay. You were shooting somebody. By the way, um, so they will start heading towards the keep. You remember the keep. The trip doesn't take too long. It takes a couple of days. It will go fairly uneventful, and eventually you see your keep, your home. When you enter, they will ride in with you, and you see your boy come running. You've been gone so long. What happened? What is this? Who are these people? What?
We have
What?
books, baby.
Explanations and rare books.
We have a lot of books.
Did you?
You might want to go get the Master of Coin for this one.
Quickly, and he will like summon somebody over and say, whisper over to him, and you hear like, get someone to catalog. We're gonna need some scribes. And the person runs over and comes back. They're like, and he is now looking into the wagon, and he goes to reach for one of them, and
Not that one.
the young one kind of slaps his hand, like, huh, we were promised payment. She doesn't hit him like angrily, it's more like playful.
Yeah.
He just like recoils back and he says, okay, perhaps we should start with explanations.
We found
We
the
have-
books that were sold to us were a rare collection of their clan, the head of their clan. 6 of the tomes had enchantments on them, which I am able to detect because I have that kind of knowledge. And they're quite old and rare. And then she had quite a large collection, and the clan is interested in selling the whole lot to Candlekeep.
And I have personally seen nary of these books in our keep before, so they're all brand new to our eyes.
Well, then we will begin categorizing and cataloging immediately. You can see he looks like he's in pain, like, and he looks at all of you and goes, well done. And he walks away.
He didn't want to give it up.
Eventually, you'll see several scribes come over, and they start mingling, and they make arrangements for the clan, the Amberdoon clan, to be put up while the books are categorized. They say that any of them can stay, but Corvala eventually goes, they're not that type of folk. Let them be. I'm sure they will be fair with us. She will head up to you, Teak, and you, Warner. She'll kind of stand between the two of you. She says, you have our clan's thanks, and you have made lifelong allies.
Nice.
If there's anything we can ever do for you, you know how to find us.
Just in time to take a break.
Just in time.
Make allies, take break. That's the order of business.
Well, are we basically done?
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
There's
make allies, end show. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Make allies, level up, and show.
Yeah, I remember telling you. Yeah, you guys are gonna be able to level up. I remember telling you that this is gonna be a short.
Yeah, you did. So we don't. So if we're only going to level up, that'll just take us another few minutes, so we don't have to take a break.
Yeah. You will
And-
eventually be found by some of the avowed, who will ask which one of you is getting it. They have a box, like a hat box.
A hat box.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be me.
It would be you.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't really
What's in
wear
the hat
hats. I have
box?
horns.
well, I was told to bring this to all of you. I don't know here, and he kind of like shoves it forward to one of you.
What's in the
All right.
box?
I open it.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
It's a helm.
It's Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
The
Yeah, it's
helm.
unplugged.
Spoiler
Yes, it's
alert
in-
from fucking 30 years ago if you haven't seen the movie.
Right? Imagine somebody.
That's one of the greatest movies. I can't imagine anybody not having seen that already.
It is up there. All right, it's in the party sheet. So remember, they had promised you that if you can figure this out,
Oh.
bring back the books. So you now have the helm of comprehend languages. You figure out who's going to use it.
And it
Celine
does
can already
not.
do that.
It does.
Okay. Excuse me.
She's unimpressed.
She's like, oh, I have one of those.
But you can do it by casting a ritual
could just-
or whatever.
It's a ritual for me.
Hats is so last year.
Right?
So last year.
It's going to ruin her
Right.
hair. She doesn't want to have helmet hair.
But it doesn't
All right,
require
fine.
attunement, which is nice.
That is true. Yeah, so you guys can pass it around if you need to. Or if
Pass the
Celine's
hat.
busy, not being around, or Rob's running her again and she doesn't remember what she can do.
Give it to Rob.
Give it to Rob, and he won't remember anything.
No, don't give it to Rob because he'll forget you guys own it.
Forget it. Yeah.
You can level up. Your characters will now be 3rd level,
Awesome. Level up.
and you will enjoy a few weeks of peace and serenity until the DM gets better and can put you in some more trouble.
How come it's not letting me level up?
I don't know. Do you have everything open?
Ah,
Celine?
maybe if you open the fucking book where you have the thing, then
Would help.
yes, it does help.
See, Rob, I watch your show enough. I'm learning. You should watch it sometime.
I should watch that show. It's funny. I host the show. I don't think anything gets through. I have to watch it. Oh, look, I went to level 3. Cleric adds 7 hit points. That's it. I don't get anything else. Come on.
Well, your class starts out with something like very low, so yeah, I think you have to wait longer than everybody else.
I think I get maybe more spell slots is all I get.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So I get no features, but I do get.
More abilities.
I get to add 2. Ooh, oh my god. Yeah, I get to add 2nd level spells, and I have 2 slots, so that's. And as you know, clerics get all the spells.
Yes.
They get them all. And if I have advanced spell list or whatever that's called, I can just drag them all over. Better spell, I don't remember what it's called. And no, don't have it. You don't have that on? Come on, man. I'm going to drag these one by one.
So my players don't like having all. It says it confuses them. They rather just drag them over when they have them.
Yeah, but I like to have them all so I know which ones are there that I can use. And when you if you do your character sheet the proper way using best practices, you go to preparation and you tick which ones you're turning on. And
Mm-hmm.
then when you go to combat, all you see is those. You don't see the other ones, right?
No, you don't.
Yeah.
I just said what they like. I know how to make mine. I drag them all over, but I'm the DM. I have them all anyway.
Yeah, but you don't have that extension on, which means I have to go 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I have to drive 18 spells over instead of just clicking one button.
I will
Very
put the
upsetting.
extension on for you, Rob.
Okay, then I will wait till we play
Next
again
session.
and go
Okay.
get my. Yeah, exactly.
Because which one is that though? You gotta remind me. Because I will
It's-
turn them on as long as
it's
you tell me
called,
which ones you want.
Yes, it's called. I'm gonna
Yes,
find out
for anyone watching, I do pretty much have 97% of what Rob has provided, but it's situational for me. So I turn it on when one of the players is doing that or needs it. And a lot of the stuff I've just gotten so used to not using it that I forget. So yes, if you want to turn it on, Rob, I will gladly put it in for you. You just got to remind me what it is and what you want. I wanted to talk to Bob because I um it's not you guys. I forgot who did it. I think it's BMOS. He has that aura effect thing where it automatically applies it and takes it off. You know which one I'm talking about, Rob?
I mean,
It
I know
doesn't
of it. Yeah.
it doesn't like critically awesome essentials.
No.
Or
And-
one click druid.
Yeah.
One click druid drives it up the wall.
Right, and it's a shame that these developers can't just get together with us and work with us on that.
BMOS doesn't work with you?
Well, it's not. I don't mean to. I shouldn't have said that. I misspoke. I don't mean to
Okay.
say that they're doing that in a negative way. It's just it doesn't get. It's like
There's
asking
no
your.
communication
It's
before.
like asking your dad to put on pants instead of just walking around in boxers in your house. Yeah, I'll get to it. You know what I mean? Like it's just not as supportive anymore, Dad. Put on some pants.
Okay.
Enhanced. My dad's been dead since 1993. Enhanced spell window is what that's called.
Hand spell window? Okay. I will make sure to add it. Just write it down.
Yeah, somebody. Get out of there, kitty. Somebody gave. I'm looking at enhanced spell windows. I wish they didn't have ratings on the DM's Guild because they make me so mad. Here's a person who rated it. They said, great product. Love how it adds the visual for the spells. 4 out of 5 stars. Why would you not give it 5 stars? Fucking Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Yeah, my own. So you know why I don't have a lot of them installed on a regular basis is because I hate when Fantasy Grounds updates, and then I got to go figure out which one it is that I have to fix.
Well, usually that shouldn't be your job to figure that out. It should be our job, the team. And
yeah, I know, but I play pretty much 3 games a week, so it happens before your team, and I'm like,
yeah, but Fantasy Grounds themselves are the people they're the top champions of. Do not fucking update your software before your game. Make sure you're doing it like a week out. So if you have 3 games a week, you should be.
So here's what happens. I do my updates on Tuesday. I do my updates following week, like on Sunday or Monday, because I don't have a game on Monday or Tuesday, right? I do my updates. I check everything. Everything seems fine. And then it's when the game starts that I'm like, what's that error? Oh, what's going on? So it's even if I wait, I don't figure it out until it's too late.
Yeah. A lot of people, this sounds crazy, but I've talked to some people who only update between campaigns. They don't fucking update Fantasy Grounds.
Oh no, I keep backups. Yeah. So like I can import everything back in if I have to, but no, I like to keep everything current and up to date because they fix stuff. They make it better sometimes. Sometimes they don't, and then they go back and make it better. So I like to keep things current and up to date. And then you guys are great about getting the stuff fixed right away, unless it's somebody who's retired, not around.
They've retired. That should be me.
For the most part, though, your team is on it.
We're on it, baby.
Yeah, it's just those little laps, like until somebody mentions it. But like I was gonna mention that one. Yeah, are you guys ever gonna do your own version of that? Because I'd rather have critically awesome essentials and one click druid than that one, but my paladin's getting upset with me.
Well, the problem is that if someone else has done it, we don't want to be all grim press about it and steal their idea. We want to just leave them with it. So if we did our own, that would kind of be like stealing, and that we're I think we're above that. Some other people aren't, but I didn't mention any names, did I? Live on stream.
Well, I don't know if BMOS is he still supporting it?
Oh, I don't know if BMOS is still around. Because if that were the case, usually what happens when someone is a developer of an extension or whatever, and they bow out, they pass it off to someone else. That's usually what happens with people. And so I don't know. Yeah, you should just email message BMOS directly and see like what's his deal.
Maybe we can get him going with that one, because it is a really cool extension, because the paladin, whenever he walks near somebody, they automatically get the effect. But if the druid shape changes, it's the only time it happens to me. When the druid shape changes and he walks, Fantasy Grounds just error after error after error after error. It's like I can't close the window fast enough.
Yeah.
And then when we take it off, everything goes back to normal. But it does not like that at all.
Yeah, and sometimes, so much can happen with extensions. Fantasy Grounds updates and they change back in stuff that breaks it. Other stuff you've worked on, or other developers have things and you combine them and they don't talk nice to each other. And all
yeah,
that
I know
stuff.
there's a lot to it. So
this is called what is it called? Auras. BMOS.
It's in the Forge.
Yeah,
it's from the Forge now. I know that.
BMOS's extensions. Here I have all of his. I'm looking for something that has aura in the title here. He's got quite a few of them.
I'll get the name. I'll
Aura Effects. Is this it right here? Here, this might be it. Okay, so here's the thing. This actually says you might have the wrong one, because this actually says created by Kent McCullough, who is currently and always has been a member of Team TUI.
No, I know Kent, but
updated by
BMOS.
BMOS.
Circles. Is that the circles?
Yeah, well, so I don't know.
There's one that just puts the circle effect and it puts it on
Right.
the table. That one turns back on and off. This one actually applies the aura to someone. So it judges, like if a paladin walks within 10 feet of another PC, their aura protection or whatever aura they have on, and it's not just the paladins, any character that has an aura, it will automatically apply it to the other PC.
I need to email Kent or message Kent right now and ask him what's the deal with.
I'll tell you the exact name though. I'm logging into my account. Yes, thank you for logging. Yeah, it's just called Aura Effect.
Yeah, Aura Effects, yeah. Oh, Aura Effect, yes. And on the cover, if you look at the cover, it says created by Kent McCullough, updated by BMOS. So I need to ask him what's going on with that.
On the cover, where do you see that?
So if you look at the cover, in other words, the page before you're on the sales page, like if you go to BMOS's whole list of stuff, the cover of that one says he actually calls it Aura Effects with an S on the cover when it's actually called Aura Effect. But it says created by Kent McCullough, updated by BMOS. Here, and if it's too crazy to try to find that, I'll just show you.
Yeah, he hasn't updated it in 134 days.
Yeah, it's 134 days old. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's still working on it. But it is a really nifty. If you have like anybody who has like aura effects, paladins, it is a fantastic extension. But I can tell the paladin just apply it to them and take it off. You're gonna have to work if you want to have it work, as opposed to I rather have a druid that can change because I have one of each in the group. Obviously, I rather have the druid being automatically able to switch back and forth than have that aura effect. Like if I have to choose, one-click druid is way more essential to me.
Right.
So but I would like to have both of them. They are both
in the
cool.
Friday game chat. I posted the screenshot of what I'm talking about. So the cover of it, just his cover. You know, like I have purple covers. For
the
stuff.
picture. Yeah, that was all the way at the bottom. I didn't read it.
I don't know. I don't know another word other than cover to have explained that.
Yeah, I got you now. Yeah,
but it doesn't say that in the description, so it only says it on the cover. So So Simbarchi is saying that he knows it has past performance issues as well. So if he hasn't updated it in 134 days, that's 4 months. That's four months, 4.5 months.
Right, he's retired.
He's retired. Street cam. I gotta check the street cam. I got somebody redeem the street cam. There it is. It's almost dark.
Somebody would be me.
That's McClancy.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, that. This one you got to watch him. He likes to spend a lot of time spending redeems in chat. You have too many, sir. You have way too many.
Those cones are all lined up out there. I don't know if I told you guys, they came and knocked on my door, and this was 3 days ago. No, this was Tuesday, I think. Yeah, that's 3 days. So they knocked on my door and they said, hey, we're going to be blasting at 3 o'clock. And I go, oh. Okay, and the guy goes, just one today. And I go, oh, so that means there's going to be some in the future. And he goes, oh, yes. He said, oh, yes, like, dude, there's going to be 600 of these. And so he goes, we only brought enough for one today. So he goes 3, and then he starts walking away, and he turned around at me, and he goes 3 o'clock. And this is at 2:20. So at about 2:50, a little bit after, maybe 7, 8 minutes before the hour, I start wrangling my cats. I figure, we'll put them in the bedroom. You know, maybe if I put them in the bedroom, they won't be scared. Bam! 2:55, it fucking blows up. And I'm like, that was not 3 o'clock, fuckers. My cats went ape shit.
So what are they blasting though?
So to the right of the cones, if you're looking at out my front thing, that my camera, to the right of the cones, this is south facing. So to the west, they are basically the road ends at the fire hydrant, and then there's just nothing there. But
I thought it was like just fields.
It is. It's just a field. But
so what are they blasting?
So
rocks
it's
and boulders
a field, but the field. So I live on a hill, and if you were to go out and go to the end of my driveway, do a right face and look out, you'd see just a field. But then off to your right, where the field is a hill, and they're building 168 houses, and they're going up the hill. So they have to blast. The hill is made of rock. So they're out there they're out there with water trucks every day, digging sewer pipes and doing all that shit. And they have to blast their way up the hill to be able to make roads and build houses. So it's a fucking nightmare. Goodness. Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Anyways, McLean
they did that over here once, but they were like removing boulders that were threatening to fall down on the highway. So they closed off the highway and then obliterated the boulders.
Yeah. Oh, then there's the erosion problem I have behind me, which is the house above me and the house to the right. Those are going to come down the hill right on top of me someday. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but they're going to come down. And we've asked to build, they don't fucking care. They don't do anything. This is that when you move into a house, I mean, you guys have probably all either moved into houses or owned houses or bought houses or whatever. But this is my first house that I purchased, and there's so much that you can't even anticipate when you go into a house that shit's going to happen. There's just no way you can know in advance all the fucking problems it is. And I'm not complaining that I'm, living on the street or anything, because I have a house. It's nice. But it's just a lot of problems.
No, that's like me when we bought our house 6 months later. FEMA came through and put us in a floodplain.
Oh Jesus! Yeah.
A what?
a
floodplain.
floodplain.
What is that?
That's where they
Basi-
determine that if the rivers go too high or the dam bursts, your house is underwater. And underwater,
Oh
the
God.
definition of underwater can just be 6 inches of water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's because I have a drainage ditch that runs next to the north side of my property.
So I live by a river that typically in my lifetime has maybe overflowed once. So in 50 years, it's only gone above the thing. But my house is 20 feet above that, maybe at least 20 feet above that. So it's not likely that I would get flood in my house unless it comes down the hill behind me from a big rain or something.
Well,
yeah,
the drainage, the ditch on the north side of the drainage ditch is 2 feet lower than the side that's on my side of the property. So if it floods, it's going to go to the north, not to the south.
Yeah, and if a house comes down on me, my fist is going to go to the north of someone's ass. Is what's going to happen.
Well, for me, I live in a town that gets coastal flooding when there's a storm, like the hurricane going by right now. But the storm surge would have to be 160 feet to get to me.
Yeah. So that's
I'm like
safe.
in the highest ground in the town, almost.
Hurricanes. I moved out of Florida, and they're coming up. They're not supposed to reach this far.
Not supposed to. It's funny
Not.
when I was 14, Mount St. Helens blew up, right? And my dad sends me up on the roof with a hose. Get the ash off the. I'm like, Dad, if it rains, you shut your mouth. He just had me up there with the hose. My dad wasn't like that. I make him sound like he was a tyrant, but he wasn't. He was just like, don't, please just go up and get the ash. I'm up there fucking like an idiot, 14. And the next day it rains and washes everybody else's off their roof. But my point was, I'm 14 years old and I'm thinking, oh, volcanoes blow up all the time. It's a once in a lifetime thing. Never happened again. I mean, it happened obviously in other places, but not in Washington.
Yeah, if you live to Kilauea, it happens a lot.
Mm-hmm. But the other thing about not a natural disaster, but some event like that, is when I was 17. This is 3 years later. I had my wisdom teeth taken out. And so I was on oxycodone or whatever. I was passed out at my house after my surgery, and a major earthquake hit Spokane. Now, major for Spokane is, maybe 4 or 5 on the Richter scale. Wasn't not like killing anybody. But I woke up later and my parents told me that there was an earthquake, and I was fucking pissed. I'm like, you didn't wake me up? I missed it. I slept through it. I go, you guys couldn't wake me up? And they go, we tried. We were shaking you while the earthquake was shaking us, and you wouldn't wake up. Because I was passed out on drugs.
Evidently, I've been in two earthquakes, and I don't nothing about either one of them. And I've lived through 8, 9, 10 hurricanes.
10?
So there was a hurricane that hit New York not too long ago. Not too long, when I was a kid. And I remember I was outside playing football. And they were like, get inside, it's a hurricane. I was like, no, it's fine, it's just wind.
It's fine. Meanwhile, you're floating away.
Right. And then I moved to Florida, and it was a year when Hurricane Charlie hit. Hurricane Charlie hit, and there was 7 hurricanes after. Mm-hmm. In that week, there was 7 of them. Hurricane Charlie wiped out my house. So we had no roof, and then we had to survive with tarps and water coming in for another 3 weeks. Wow. No power, no nothing. I was like, I'm leaving Florida. I'm never living here again. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I'd rather be shot at and mugged. So I moved back to New York. And then there was the one not too long ago, Sandy.
Mm-hmm.
So
which was not technically a hurricane.
Well, yeah, but it was until it hit land. And then now this one that's going by. I'm like, Jesus Christ. It's enough.
What's the name of it?
They're following me around. I feel targeted. It's like I feel like the blind from Jaws 2 or 3.
I felt
or whatever the hell
targeted
movie
when
it is.
the in Spokane the year before I moved to Phoenix, the wind chill factored here one day. My friend's wife and I got caught out in it. It was 68 below, and we were just getting ready to have we were just starting to have the conversation. Do we use each other? You know, it was my friend's wife and I, and we were just starting to talk about, do we use each other's body warmth to stay alive before somebody comes and gets us? And then right when we started talking about that, they showed up. So it was 68 below. I moved to Phoenix the next year, and in June I was driving home from work or something at like 3 p.m. and it was 123 in a car. I had no air conditioning, and so I figured that's a 185 degree swing. I figured my plan was to move to Los Angeles, and I said I can't do that because if I do that, these things are following me. The earthquake's going to chop off California and sink it into the sea. So I waited 10 years before I moved to California.
I've been through tornadoes and one earthquake.
I have never experienced a tornado, and I kind of want to.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I don't want to get sucked into one. I just want to see it.
I lived in Kansas for a while.
Haven't you ever seen a dust devil on the side of the road?
I have seen those, yes.
So just magnify that by 1,000 and stay the fuck away from it. You don't want to be there.
I've seen the water version, whatever those are called.
Those
yeah.
are
Water
water
spouts.
spouts.
Yeah.
And where you live, Fury, hurricane is possible, right? You can
Oh
get
yeah.
them.
I mean,
Yeah.
we did get hit by a hurricane.
Yeah. Yeah, the base of Texas. Yeah, see, we don't get that here. We get there are earthquakes here, they're minor. There's tsunamis on the coast, but they wouldn't get to where I am. They wouldn't go over the Cascade Mountains. Can you
It would
imagine?
have to be a really big tsunami.
Yeah, like 2,000 feet tall. And
Have
by
to
the
get
way, when
through.
it, you know, and even if
That
it was
kind of
2,000 feet
wipes
tall,
out the coast.
right? Even if it was 2,000 feet tall, it wouldn't be 2,000 feet tall when it got 100 miles inland. Yeah, we get wind here. We get wind, and I did have wind blow a lean-to off my house. It just completely, it looked like the Wizard of Oz. It just fucking took it right off the house. Or off the garage, I mean, the lean-to. But nothing strong enough to... And we get ice storms in 96 when I wasn't living here, but my mom was living here, and an ice storm brought down 2 60-foot trees in her yard. And luckily, they just fell into open. They could have fucking crushed her house and killed her, but they just luckily fell on, like, just in the field or whatever.
So, like, ice storms like sleet?
Yeah,
Oh,
just
like frozen rain.
Frozen rain, but then everything's frozen. The street, the house, your door, your car, everything has got like a 2-inch thing of ice on it. It completely covered everything. And when trees, yeah, and that's only happened once in 40 years or whatever.
We have to have
That was in
really
96.
specific conditions to have that, because it either goes like frozen rain, snow.
Yeah, and it was frozen. It was frozen rain and wind for like
Yeah,
days.
the conditions are the lower level is very cold, the upper level isn't.
Yeah.
And
One
so
of the reasons I got the
rain-
generator is that once about every 10 years, people here will lose power for 2 weeks. Like they just won't be able to get it back on for 2 weeks. And in the winter, of course. And I decided, yeah, I don't want to deal with it. Because, people are going to their friends or family members that have fireplaces and lighting fires, and everybody, the hotels all fill up if they have power. And so it's a rough existence with no power. I mean, you take your power for granted, but if you have a generator, boom. No problem.
So when I was in Florida, that was one of the reasons I hated hurricane season. I don't know, like after a hurricane is really, really hot and humid. and the mosquitoes out. You have no electricity. It was horrible. That's why I moved back. And like where I live now, I love it because we are close to a hospital, so we're on the same grid.
Yes, it means you'll have
So
power.
we generally get power back like that.
Yeah, you're first. You're first on the list, baby.
So I'm like, yes,
That is a
okay,
smart
this
idea.
is good.
That's a
Mhm.
smart idea. If you're buying a new house, try and buy one next to a hospital. Or don't live in an area like I don't think you can spend your I don't think you should run from possible natural disaster, but if you live in the San Francisco area, you're just biding time because that the big earthquake that's supposed to have been happening there for many decades now, that's going to kill like 2.5 million people minimum. It's just going to fucking bring down that city. They say depending on what time of day it is, it'll kill between 2.5 and 4 million people when it happens. But people who live there don't. They're like, I'm not moving. Fuck it. If the big one's coming for me, let it come.
Yeah, I guess.
And there's no perfect place to live. There's no like
Right, you just
can,
gotta pick your poison. You gotta like,
Exactly.
all right, like me. I came back to New York. I was like, I'd rather be mugged than be in a hurricane again.
At least you can turn to the guy mugging and you go, hey, at least we're not in a hurricane, right, buddy?
Hey, muggings don't last 2 weeks.
Right, they don't last weeks on time. You're not
Right, they're
miserable.
just
It's over.
it's 30
over right
seconds.
away. And if you're not stupid, here's the wallet. Here's the watch. You want my chain? Here you go. Funny thing about it is, it's funny. The funny thing about that story, I say that shit all the time. I'd rather be mugged. I'd rather be shot at and mugged than live in Florida. The only time I was ever robbed was in Florida. I got carjacked by a dude with a sawed-off shotgun, and I'll never forget it. And I'm like, I moved to Florida for this. I grew up in one of the toughest neighborhoods in the Bronx and never got touched.
It's so funny.
How
You don't
life works.
like Drake lives in Florida. Doug Davison lives in Florida. You don't ever hear people say, "Oh man, Florida's the greatest." You don't hear people say that.
Nobody's from there. Well, there are a couple, but most people are from somewhere else.
Yeah, it's like Los Angeles. Nobody's from there.
It was hilarious. The only time in my life I've been robbed was in Florida, and I grew up in the city.
Very bad. You haven't cashed out yet. Are you still feeling bad?
Poor thing.
Huh? What? I'm sorry.
Were you sleeping?
I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, I'm glad you did too. You should
We missed you.
relax and drink
Finish
juices.
strong.
Drink juices
Oh, that's so sweet.
and get some more sleep. And pet your kitties. And make sure they shed fur up your nose like what happens to me. And then you'll feel better. Once you get cat hair up your nose, you'll feel fine. Oy.
I don't know how that works, Rob, but okay.
I bought 2 HEPA air filter machines, and there's still fucking hair everywhere. There's just hair. It's all over me right now.
Oh, yeah, you have 2 cats. But I thought your cats didn't shed.
That's what I thought.
Because of your condition.
I was told that they wouldn't shed, and it is quite the opposite. There's just nothing but cat hair all over my house. You see me do this? You see me doing this all the time?
Because you're pulling the hair off your face?
It's not because I have a runny nose. It's because there's hair on my face, and it itches my nose, and I have to go like that to pull it away from my nose.
They're still the best pets. I still think they're the best pets.
And they have cute little faces, so I don't murder them. Yep. Oh, here comes one of them now. They heard me. You ate all that food already? Oh my god, the food thing just went off at 8 o'clock, and it's 8:04, and they gobbled it all up. You guys are
See, my cat would leave the food there and just kind of come over every now and then, take some out, eat it, and then leave. You use dry food, right?
I use dry food, and my automatic feeder thing does have a thing called gravity mode, where it'll just constantly keep food there and let them self-feed. But if I let them self-feed, they'd weigh 40 pounds, these cats. Because when that food comes out, they fucking go ape shit. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, no, we fed ours. We just hi Drake.
Hey,
You got a raid, Rob.
Drake Takes has rated the channel. We were just talking about Florida, Drake. We were talking about you specifically. Drake Take has rated the channel with 6 viewers. Thank you, Drake Takers. So what's going on is we had a shorter session today, so we're actually finished.
Just BSing right now.
We are talking about
just...
natural disasters. And what's up, Spencer? Yeah, so we finished our Candlekeep Mysteries and leveled up, and then Friday's gonna be off for 1 to 5 weeks. Probably not 1, probably not 5. So
somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in there, somewhere. the Havoc surgery.
Yeah, as soon as I recover, we'll get back into it. It's just...
Yeah.
I don't know how long the recovery is going to be. Because of where it is, it's my core, so it's going to be my torso. So I don't know how long it's going to take.
Huh. Yeah, because of where it is. New York? Not that where.
Speaking about natural disasters and storms, there's a storm right now above my head, so I might lose power.
Oh boy.
Seek shelter.
Yeah.
I am in shelter. I just
don't go outside. Don't go outside.
See, I'd be sitting outside watching it.
If it was a tornado, I might.
Havoc somehow fascinated with tornadoes because he's never been in one.
I've never seen one. I have to see one.
I've never been in
seen
a tornado.
Like every other disaster.
I've never been in a tornado, but when I was 10 years old in St. Louis, my aunt lived in St. Louis, and there was a tornado siren, and we had to... Everybody panicked, and you go down to the shelter. You go under the house or whatever, in the storm cellar. But I never saw any tornado. All we heard was a siren.
Yeah, I go outside, sit in the car, smoke cigarettes, watch the raid come down. Drives the wife nuts.
Oh, speaking of sitting in the car, that's what you're supposed to do if there's lightning. I mean, I guess if you're in your house, you're safe, but you're supposed to, if you're in your car, lightning, your car is grounded, so your lightning won't hurt you in your car. Even if it hits your car, it won't hurt you. Might fry the radio.
Like, wasn't there an earthquake that hit Florida? Like, I think it was like 15 years back. Drake, you weren't there for that, right? I remember. Well, I don't remember tornadoes in Florida, hurricanes and floods, but I think there was an earthquake too.
Now you don't count a sinkhole as an earthquake.
No, it was a little earthquake.
Florida, holy shit!
And I was like, what earthquake? See, funny thing about Florida though is everything is like trying to kill you. It's like the U.S. version of Australia. Not as bad as Australia. It's not as bad as Australia, but there's some weird shit that happens in Florida. Like weird plants that can like make you numb, lizards that impale their food, or birds that impale their food, little snakes that rattle
lizards that fall out of the tree when it's cold.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's just like some weird stuff, and all of it is like dangerous.
Yeah, and people love it there. So a crazy thing about Los Angeles is everybody who, even if you haven't ever lived there, there's earthquakes, there's mudslides, and fires is a different thing. But it's funny to drive up like Laurel Canyon or Coldwater Canyon. Those are the famous canyons that go over the hill in LA. And you see these houses that are like jutting out from a hill. So their house is built on a hill, but a major portion of the house is held up by like one pillar. And you're like, how the fuck is that thing still there after earthquakes and mudslides that would just come down? And you drive by it and you're like, I don't think so. I'm not even going to go visit that guy. Like, I don't even want to walk in that house.
Well, it's probably the same thing like New York City skyscrapers. You know that they sway, right?
That's on purpose, yeah. So like in Seattle, the skyscrapers are built on platforms that have wheels on them.
No.
So that they can move.
In New York City, they flex.
Yeah, yes.
They're built on bedrock, and they just sway because they have flex. And I'm like, what? Never going up in the building again.
Like, what drunk-ass scientist came up with that shit? There's also a building in Seattle that's shaped almost like a pencil. So it's let's say it's a square building that's 60 stories tall, and then at the base of it, the base goes in like a pencil, and you're like, no, thank you. I don't. Whatever office building is in there, I'll pass. I mean, I'm not superstitious like that, but it's, you look at it, you walk up to it, and you're like, yeah, I mean, I get it, science, but no, thank you.
Kind of reverse Space Needle.
Yeah. Oh, the Space Needle's so cool. You cats are crazy. Hey, I know.
Yeah.
Go.
I didn't
clean
know
up-
that they built buildings in Seattle on wheels, though. That's interesting.
Yeah, some of the ones.
You do that in earthquake territory, so
Yeah.
the building can vibrate and not.
Right.
Oh,
So
okay.
that
makes sense.
Like, say the building is 100 feet by 100 feet, or whatever the building might be. Underneath the building is a 100 by 100 platform on wheels, like in the foundation of the building, so that it can slightly shift if it needs to, or whatever.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The stuff that they come up with, man, is amazing.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I don't even understand how bridges are built. I don't. I look at a bridge and I'm like, I don't think so. I don't know how that stays up. I don't know. And by the way, the like the Golden Gate Bridge, the things that hold it up are above it, not under it. They're above it. I don't know.
Well, that's the cable suspensioning.
Yeah.
That one makes sense to me. I can understand that one. But watching them build it is another like feat in itself.
Right. Then when they, it takes them 7 years to build a bridge and 65 guys die during it. I don't understand. Can't AI build these bridges now? I don't know.
I don't think we've made the bodies yet, but
Oh my God, Drake. Drake is touting? Drake is favoring that Florida has a million problems but no snow. I'd rather be up to my neck in snow than have any of these other fucking problems.
Absolutely.
Snow
I'll
is
take
nothing.
snow any day.
Snow is fun.
See, I went to Florida. I went and lived in Florida because of my dad. And I went down there and because he was sick and I was helping him with his business. So I did landscaping. So I spent a lot of time outside. And as soon as he was like better, it was like, all right, this is not bad. There's good money to be made. Housing's cheap. I can make this work. And me and him had our falling out. Hurricanes hit like a couple of weeks later. I was like, fuck this place.
I'm outta
going
here.
home. Going
Yeah.
home. I got no reason to be here anymore.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, it's some weird stuff. I hate the ants, the heat. Just,
Yeah,
but it's cheap.
Heat is so the worst. And I lived in Phoenix for 10 years and LA for 10 years. I just don't like the heat. And then, meanwhile, now because it's climate change, it's fucking hot everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are. Because it was like 100 degrees every day fucking here now. But I don't mind the winter at all. I do not mind a cold. I mean, I keep my house at 65, so you can imagine anything above 68, I'm boiling. I can't take it. And I'd rather it be, like, if it has to be 100 outside or 30, I'll take 30.
Right. I could put on a jacket.
Right.
You could only sweat so much.
Exactly. You can't do anything for hot outside, but you can if it's cold, you can put on layers, you can put on long underwear and boots or whatever you have to do.
Yeah, I'm right there.
I have 49 states to choose from when I retire that will be better than here. Yes. Come to Washington. We'll be gamer buddies.
Just skip the Dakotas, Drake. Skip the Dakotas.
Yeah. Well, they're not even real states. I'm canceled. I'm canceled now.
It's
Go
like
to people
Florida
again,
without the beaches.
Yeah, I've often thought about what, if I wanted to, I could sell my house and move, but why would I? Where would I go? What's better than, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I can get, there's places with cheaper houses, so I could sell my house, move, get a house for half, and have some money, but then why? Where would I be? South Carolina, Alabama? Like, I don't think so. I don't know. Why would I move? Oh my God, you guys, my
There's
nose.
some nice places down south, but I don't think I would move any further than like Virginia. I want snow. I like seasonal changes, and I
There's
don't want
sex
it to
involved,
get.
Drake. I'm signing up right now. Yeah. Also, I particularly like the North, and I particularly like the West. And how much more northwest can I get unless I actually move to the coast? I'm in the most northwestern state you can be in without going to Alaska. And I don't know that I wouldn't like Alaska. I think Alaska might be fine.
I'd like to go
I
back to
don't-
Oregon.
So I think the problem with Alaska though is like, is there places in Alaska like you can't get to during certain times of the year?
Well, I mean I mean yes, but you don't have to live in those places. You know, there's major
But isn't
cities.
that like the state?
Well, but the whole state is a vast wilderness. There's only like 2 major cities. But yeah, Oregon,
That
Gorbidal, Oregon is awesome. Oregon has its pluses too. Oregon has no sales tax, but there is personal income. See, in Washington State, we have no personal income tax. So you pay your federal taxes, but there's no state taxes. But we have the highest gas tax. So you pay almost, it's like 85 cents a gallon extra here for gas. And,
Yeah, my
and
wife
our,
just said we're at
yeah,
almost $4 a gallon right now.
yeah. Sales, oh, gas here is almost $5 here. It's like $4.79 or whatever. But these cats are going nuts.
it's 386 for us, right, Mark?
Yeah, so you get
Well, it's over $5 in Seattle.
you
It's
get
below
trade offs.
$4 in Massachusetts.
And then also if you live here, I don't know, they might have changed this now for everybody, but it's always been if you order from Amazon, which that's a big part of my life, ordering from Amazon, you have to pay sales tax because it's based here in Washington. Hey, kitty, stop getting into shit. God damn it.
All right, you finished leveling up, people?
I believe so.
Yeah, I'm finished.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
logging
done.
off the table. We're just bullshitting.
Yeah, I'm
now.
gonna bail.
All right.
All right,
So
guys.
Havoc, good luck with your
Yeah,
upcoming
keep us
surgery.
up to date, Havoc, if you can. Type us in the
Yeah,
chat or
definitely.
something.
Yeah, I already was like, I'm taking because I want to be in the hospital for like 5 days or
Yeah.
4 to 5 days before I can even leave. I was like, all right, I gotta take my laptop, and my doctor was like, no, you don't.
Just take your phone. That's all you need. Your phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my stuff but yeah, I'll definitely keep you guys like hopefully everything goes well, and I will be back in like a week or two at worst.
Okay.
That's my hope.
Yeah, and not to worry about it. We can all use some Fridays to do some other things like watch movies or something. But we'll just wait till you come back, and it's not a big deal whenever that is.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
take
And
care,
thank
you
you
too.
everyone for the well wishes. I appreciate it. Chat, thank you so much. So, with that, thank you so much for letting
All
me
right.
play here, Rob. I've really enjoyed it. And
Yep.
you can do
Have a
your
good-
outros.
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good one.
All right, guys. So if you're watching, yeah, we'll move to the slides here. So for those of you that didn't catch that, Havoc is having surgery, so he'll be out for some period of weeks, which I'm saying is 1 to 5, but is more likely 2 or 3, maybe 4. So no show on Friday, but of course we will continue the Saturday shows, which is Dragonlance and Against the Giants. The Sunday talk show still going on, All Things Fantasy Grounds talk show. And then Wednesdays on the channel now we play Solasta or Baldur's Gate 3. We switch off on those two. So, good. I enjoyed that little bullshit session at the end there because we had a short game today. We didn't use up all the time because we just had a little short session. But thanks for watching, everybody. I'm not going to do my end of... These cats, I swear to God, today has been the worst day. This hair floating in the air in my house. I hear the air filter cranking on its highest setting. It's maybe because they're running around. Maybe that's what it is. But I've got my nose itches so much, and it's not a runny nose. It's cat hair on my nose that I have to keep swiping away. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to get like a vacuum and just suck the air in my house. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Anyway, not gonna do my normal spiel, guys, tonight. Just gonna end the show. So good gaming, everyone.